This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Um, so let me give a quick recap. Like we have started the session, but we have paused. If you are already there, just give the answers for it, or else you just keep on listening to the concept which we are discussing. So, from the scratch, I'll be discussing the things that are related to SQL and how SQL comes into the picture and why SQL is different from all other languages. That we will be seeing. Okay. Now, first, let me tell you a small story regarding this SQL. Okay. In the 1920, okay, people, we are not yet born. Okay. Now, in the 1920, the computers has invented by Charles Babbage, right? So, computer invented in the 1920 by whom? Charles Babbage. So, in that time, um, yes, the computer has introduced very nicely, but after introduction or else after introducing that computer, people started, using it. How people started using it? See, to write something in the computer, to store something in the computer, or else let us take images. They'll be storing some images. They'll be storing some, data, or else they'll be developing some, um, you know, applications. So, like that, the people started using computer. So, in the year 1940, language called A. A language comes into the picture. Okay. So, what does it A language mean? A language is nothing but an assembly level language. So, where see those are only some official words that that computer can understand. Only those words we are going to use if you want to talk to this computer. So that was introduced in the 1940. Later on in the 1950, people felt that A language is bit complicated. So there B language comes into the picture. B language, where binary format it is going to store, which is nothing but zeros and ones. Okay. In the form of zeros and ones, it is going to store. Okay. They're joining, right? Yeah, in the form of zeros and ones. In the year 1950, people started using that language. But after few days, see, binary language is a mission level language, right? Only mission will understand. Assembly language, somehow a few words, few. See, assembly level language means, in general, if you take assembly, there are certain rules and regulations. If you want to talk in the assembly, you have to follow. See, in our country, people in the assembly are using whatever the words they generally. If you want to talk in the assembly as an educated one, you have to follow some rules and regulations. So in the same manner, if you want to talk to the computer, where in the assembly level language era, you have to follow some rules and regulations, where people felt that it is very difficult. So after that, B language comes into the picture. B language also a mission level language, where only missions can understand that language. See, if I say like this, sorry, if I say like this, um, 0 1 0 0 1 1 0 1. If I tell like this, so what do you say that? Do you think it is an hello? Do you think it is a hi? Or else do you think it is a good morning? No. See, we can't tell that because I cannot understand mission level language. Only missions will understand mission level language. So these also make people, very difficult, very complex to understand. After few days in the year 1960, something called C++, some Java, Python, and some other language, some PHP, like that. These languages comes into the picture. Okay, C++, Java, Python, everything. So these are the programming languages. So by using these languages, people are invented, or else people introduced applications into the computer. Okay, so let us take, we have already seen, right? See, by using this C, Java, and Python. See, now recently Java and Python ruling the market. That is a different story. But I am just talking about 1960. So in the 1960s, C and C++, by using these two languages, people has introduced one application. Okay, this is an application app. So, what this app was doing? So, let us assume you are doing some online shopping. Let us take Amazon as an example. So, what you are doing? I have an Amazon app. You have an Amazon app. Everybody was having an Amazon app. So, in that Amazon app, I'm just shopping. So, I have added some few things into the cart, and I want to order. But right now, due to some issues, I don't want to order. I want to take few days of time, but the things need to be stored in my cart. Means in my, bucket, I need to store my things. So after 5 days, I want to order those things. So what I'm just doing, I'm just storing those things into the bucket. So you also using the same application. See, accounts may be different, but Amazon service is same, right? For you the service is same, for me the service is same. But account is different. Mine is something, some other account, your is some other account. So you have added some few things and you have stored into one bucket and you have maintaining that, bucket. You want to order after 2 days. See, if you go and check into that bucket, uh, you will not find your objects before 1970, before 19, because not that much, what populated that tool. See, do you think Amazon was there before 1960 or before 90s? Sorry, before 20s? No. We don't find any such kind of online shopping app. Recently, we have that. In the 2000 era, we have that. No worries. See, to maintain that Amazon application, we want to process big amount of data. But before to that, I just want to process small amount of data. I need to store small amount of data before 19, before 1970s or that kind of thing. Then what happens at that time? They used to maintain some flat files and notepads. So into that, let us assume I have ordered one bus ticket. So after ordering that bus ticket, after a day, I have a journey, right? So but I'll show my journey ticket to the driver and I'll step into the bus. See how he will be matching my data and his data. He will be having one data where that particular bus service department has given that I have a registration for that particular seat. With the driver, that particular details will be having. So where those details are stored previously in the flat files. So he will take my ticket, he will search for my ticket number, and he will ask me to sit in the seat. That is what happening. Okay, that is fine. Later on, people traveling, many people. Okay, so today the travel, okay, number of buses got increased. number of people also traveling more, also get increased, which means 20 buses, let us assume Abi bus has more than 2000 people are traveling. So I have booked a ticket by using this application. Okay, by using this application I have booked the ticket. So I have booked the ticket in the 20th bus. So my details should be there with the 20th bus driver. How it is aggregating in the notepad, it is storing before 1970. So once it got stored, I have to allocate the details, which is very complicated. I want to separate 2000 people's data and maintain some record, which requires manpower. So in the 1970, people face the advantages of this one notepad, storing the data in the notepad. So what kind of disadvantages people faced? Let us see here. Security. See, I have stored some information in the flat file or else some notepad. See, flat file is nothing but a normal file only. Okay, some word kind of document, that's all. Don't think flat file is a different one. No, normal file only. So security issue. See, I can go and I can manipulate the data. Let us assume I have stored this data into the notepad. Now what I will do is that I will simply remove today's date, or else abc name I will be removing. I will write my name. See, I don't have any security for Notepad. So people thought that, oh, security is the biggest issue. After that, I want to search for my name in that 2000 records. So what I have to do? I have to take 10 minutes of time and I have to search for my name. So which is fetching of the records or retrieval is very slow. See, I'll give you a simple example. I asked you to open chapter 10 from the book. Okay, from book abc. Now how you will be opening it? You will open page by page. Okay, ninth chapter. Okay, ninth chapter, most probably 10th chapter will be there. So you got you're turning the pages and you have opened 10th page. Now I asked you to open. Now I'm just talking about now present scenario. I just asked you to search for my contact, means Bhavya's contact in your phone. So what you will do? You will open your phone book? No, you will open your contact list and in the search bar you will be searching your searching for my name that you have feeded in your mobile. So which what makes easy? Fetching of mobile number in the phone nowadays is easy, or fetching phone number from book in the olden days is easy? Now it is easy, right? So that is nothing but a fetching. So people think that in 1960 or 1970 fetching is very difficult. Obviously true. So okay, people thought that I have two advantages. After that, after storing 20,000 records or 2,000 or 20,000 records, there are few data, 10,000 records enter into the notepad. But no storage, no place was there. They have to take another notepad and they have to store the details. Storage issue. So you cannot store large amount of data into one file. You have to segregate the data and you have to store. So people thought storage is also an issue. Now, see, as I already mentioned, I don't have security for my notepad. So if that is the case, honesty of data will be lost, right? So see, now I just got manipulated ABC as XYZ. 1 comma ABC comma 1000 I have, right? So I will be changing that into 1 comma XYZ comma 2000. So my data got changed, my data was corrupted. Somebody has entered into my notepad and somebody has corrupted my data, where I lost integrity of the data. Integrity means honesty. In the technical terms, honesty means an integrity. Integrity is a word where we used to call in our IT industry, which means honesty of the data was lost. That people thought that that is also a drawback. Obviously, backup problems. Once data got lost by any disasters, natural disasters or man-made disasters, no backup. Lost. Yeah, that's lost. So no backup. Now, see, I am using this application and storing the data. You are using this application and storing the data. Some other person is using this application and storing the data. So if I'm using this application is somewhat slow for you. If you are also using that application, and again that will be too much slow for another user, where concurrency is not allowed. Concurrency means parallel processing. See, parallel processing means what? See, I am using Amazon, you are using Amazon, some other people are also using Amazon. How fast it is working for me, that much fast only it is working for you as well nowadays. But in the 1960s or 1970s, scenario was not like that. If I'm using Amazon, let us assume we don't have Amazon in that day, that I'm okay with that. Let us assume some other application. So I'm using that application. You're supposed to use that application. But what happened? Server down. If you open now, evening at 4:30 it will be open for you. Because at evening 4:30 I will close that application. So unfortunately for lunch I went and you have opened that. For me it is slow if you opened it. So concurrency was also not there. See, obviously, if you feel these are all the advantages you are finding, then what you will be, uh, you know, searching for? You want to achieve all these disadvantages and you have to search for a good thing. So these are all the scenarios before 1970. These are all the things that have that was there in the 1960s and 1970 before 1970s. So after 1970, making disadvantages, making these disadvantages as an advantage, we have something called DBMS, database management system. These disadvantages are converted into advantages. See, in the 1970s, or not in the 1960. Okay, it will not scroll. Let me take new one. Okay, so let us assume. Um, okay. So, what are all the disadvantages we have seen? Generally, storage is a disadvantages, right? Storage. Another one is retrieval. See, these are all the technical words, guys. You have to remember. No worries. I'll be using n number of times these words. Okay. Storage issue, retrieval issue. Another one, um, something called security issue.
Integrity.
Yes, security and integrity and concurrency. So another one is backup. So these are all the disadvantages that I have faced, or is that we are facing before 1970. Making all these disadvantages as an advantage, see, making this as an advantage, people, introduced one concept that is nothing but a DBMS. DBMS. So what this DBMS doing? DBMS. See, I use this one. See, in the 1970, IBM is a big company. Yeah, I believe now also it is a very big company. So people from IBM has introduced this database management system. See, what does this database management system really talks about? This we have to discuss. Okay. Okay, I told you that people from IBM has introduced this database management system. Bhavya, let me know one thing. What is this database management system? I want to know about database first of all. See, simple thing, guys. Database management system is nothing but a set of rules and regulations. It is nothing but a set of rules and regulations. Set of rules. Let us take set of rules. Database is nothing but a set of rules. So what does that rules include? See, every DBMS should satisfy all these things, all these disadvantages thing. What we felt, these are all the disadvantages before 1970. DBMS have come across all these things. How it has come across that one? For that, we want to discuss acid properties. You go for interview, you tell them, I know about, uh, acid properties, or else they, if you tell them about the DBMS, they will surely asking about acid properties. See, people make converted these disadvantages into advantages. How? By using acid properties. DBMS. What is acid properties? Let us see now. See, uh, DBMS, right? DBMS, something called acid properties. Acid properties. Now let us assume what is meant by A. A is nothing but atomicity. Atomicity. Now C is nothing but. Can you tell me what is meant by C? Consistency. Consistency. What is meant by I? Anyone? Integrity. Integrity. What is meant by D then? What is meant by durability? Durability. Okay. So these are only the things that database will possess the properties. Okay. So what is meant by atomicity? What is meant by consistency, integrity, and durability? See, when I was learning about these properties, it has taken a few days time to make me understand, because now I will read about these acid properties. Tomorrow I will forget. Tomorrow I will read. Day after tomorrow I will forget. See, that is the thing that happens every time with me. Okay, so I thought this is not the way of learning acid properties. For that, I have, learned one story. That story I will tell you. You will not forget about this acid properties throughout your lifetime. Okay. Now, see what we are doing now. We are trying to understand the RDBMS properties, acid properties. So why RDBMS was ruling our world right now? See, still now, what is the date of today? 5 February 2024, right? So till now, acid property, sorry, DBMS was ruling the world. Somehow I will tell you there is a difference in the DBMS. There are types in the DBMS. But anyhow, finally it is a DBMS, right? Now, I will tell you a story. Okay. Now you have a bank account. Let us assume you are a customer of a bank, or else you have a bank account. Um, if you have bank account, surely I will not tell you that surely you should be having money. I will not tell that. But let us assume you have money in your account, or else let me take myself as an example. I have a bank account. I have some amount in the bank. Let us assume. Now I want to withdraw that money. Okay. I want to withdraw that money. What I have to do? I will take my ATM card. So don't think about before 1960s, guys. Just think about now. We are now discussing about present things only. From now on, we will be discussing present things. Okay. I will take ATM card and I will go to ATM. Okay. Uh, so what I will do by using ATM card, I will withdraw some amount of money. You go to ATM, take your ATM card, visit ATM, and you will draw some amount. I will go to ATM, I will withdraw some amount. See, once I inserted card, see, I have inserted card into the ATM machine. So what it is asking me? It is asking me to enter some pin, enter some amount. So enter some details. So after entering, what it is doing? If that particular amount was there and the pin was correct, then it is giving me the money. Otherwise, it is the transaction was canceling or the transaction was declined there itself. So it is asking me to take back your ATM card, whether after receiving the money or canceling the transaction. Only these two things are happening with the ATM. Atomicity also the same. Same. See, after inserting my card, you cannot come and enter your PIN and you cannot take my money as your money, right? Once the card has inserted, either processing should has to done or else stopping should have to done. So one transaction should complete. Once I have inserted the card into the transaction should complete. Transaction may include success or failure. That's a different story. So before completing my transaction, you cannot insert your card and you cannot draw your money from the account in the same ATM. I have to close my transaction, then only you have to take your transaction. That is nothing but an atomicity. Atomicity is nothing but one complete transaction should be done. After that, only another transaction is going to done. When it comes to database, if I am inserting some data into the table, I'm just giving some clues. Remember this one. Inserting, you know, right? What is meant by inserting? Okay, you're inserting some data into the table. Insertion should done completely. If you're updating, updation should done completely. If you're deleting, deletion should done completely. So if you're inserting, meanwhile some other was updating, inserting should not affected by a updating statement. That is nothing but an atomicity. My transaction should not interrupt your transactions and your transaction should not interrupt my transactions. So atomicity is nothing but one complete transaction. Once the transaction was done, at that time only next transaction will takes place. That is for sure. Atomicity is nothing but what? One transaction, one complete transaction. Either you want to process the money and you have to take that money, or else you want to cancel the transaction. Only these two things should happen. Apart from these two things, nothing should happen. If nothing has to happen, then that is not following DBMS rule. We are seeing nowadays, right? Paytm, related to Paytm, what happening with the Paytm? See, for us, the reference was Paytm, and it is showing our bank details. But in the back end, they are maintaining some other banks where they are dealing with RBI trust issues. RBI has recognized that thing. See, if you take phone pay and Google Pay, whatever the bank details we are seeing in the back end, also they are maintaining the same bank details. But Paytm was not doing right, the same thing right now. RBI has, encountered that issue. So what RBI was telling us, don't use Paytms because they're following some other banks in the back end. That is what they are telling. So the same thing, atomicity also the same. One complete transaction, once one transaction was done, that at that time only another transaction need to takes place, otherwise no. Okay, so one transaction is nothing but an atomicity. So that RDBMS was providing. So that security it is providing. What kind of security? Hey, I am here. You do your transaction. I will allow others if you do their transaction. If you, I will allow some other transactions to done. That it is telling. Now consistency. Now I went to ATM. I have performed one transaction, that is nothing but a withdrawal of money. So once I have withdrawn 1,000 rupees, let us assume I have 2,000 rupees in my account. So I have withdrawn 1,000 rupees from my account through ATM. Now, before withdrawing, I have 2,000 rupees. After withdrawing, my account should show 1,000 rupees. It should not show 500 rupees. Because if I subtract 1,000 from my 2,000, then it should show only 1,000. It should not show 500. So consistency means before and after transactions, the data should be same. So before transaction, my account balance was 2,000. After transaction, my account should show 1,000, because 2,000 minus 1,000 equal to 1,000. That it has to show. That is nothing but an consistency, steadiness of the data. Let us assume I have 10 values or else 10 members details with me. Okay, so in that 10 members details, after 5 days I have deleted 2 members details, which means I have performed one transaction. Delete is a transaction. Okay, I'm surely speaking, delete is an transaction, remember this point. So I have performed delete transaction. Now 10 members details minus 2 members details, which means I have 8 members details in my table. Consistency should be there, that steadiness of data should be there. If I, let us assume I have 10 records in my table, or sorry, 10 members details in my table, and I have deleted 2 members details, the table should not show 5 members details, it should show 8 members details, then only consistency has achieved. Otherwise consistency was not there. Consistency means what? Steadiness. So before and after transaction, data should be steady. Before and after transaction, data should be same. So when it comes to bank, my amount is a data, but when it comes to, see, you are a developer, you are developing some thing, some tool, or else some package kind of thing. So what you will do, Now your data is your asset. Okay, you should feel like that. Should be steady. Now, fine, that was done. Now, same, I have an account. I went to ATM. I have done one transaction. So consistency also there. Now, I have drawn 1,000 rupees, right? It should show another 1,000 in my account balance. No one will enter into my account, account details, and no one will corrupt my data, right? See, 1,000 rupees means that 1,000 rupees only will be there. Will you go to bank and you will and account details, and will you what corrupt my data? Will you do like that? No, until unless you are hacker, you cannot do that. You will not do that actually. Where honesty is maintained. So 2000 minus 1000, 1000 is a remaining balance. No one will, you know, change that data, that information, that account information, because security was there. DBMS was telling to the people, hey people, I am here. You don't worry about security. You store something, some data. I will allow atomicity, I will give consistency, I will allow integrity, which means I will be honesty to you. I will make sure that your data is honesty. That it is telling. Integrity was maintained. No one will come and no one will destroy your data, or no one will corrupt your data. Honesty will not be lost. Honesty is maintained. Honesty is maintained. Durability. Now let us assume, um okay, another one more beautiful concept, guys. Durability is nothing but an backup kind of thing. Okay, backup kind of thing. Now, durability is nothing but a secure. Integrity and durability both are similar kind of words, which is nothing but which will talk about security, honesty. Now, nowadays people are talking about cloud, right? I'm working on the cloud. I'm just working on the cloud. I know cloud. People are talking too much about cloud. What does it cloud mean? See, I will tell you. Email is a cloud one. Email service is a cloud service. Will you agree with me? You have to. Why, Bhavya? How will you say that email is a cloud? See, let me take a small example. Um, I have one email, right, where uh, every other things are storing. What I can say. Okay, I'm getting an emails into my email account where I have my email in my phone. So unexpectedly, I forgot my phone, but there is an urgency to see my mails. I should go back to my home and I should get back to see the mail. I should get my phone back to see mails. No, what I will do, near to me what was the system or a phone available, I will just open my email in that mobile and I will see my mails. I will take some other mobile or some other's laptop. In that laptop or mobile, I will open that mail and I will see my mails in that mobile, where my emails are not storing in my phone, my emails are storing in the cloud. So whatever the data you are storing in the cloud, whatever the information, whatever the accounts that are created in the cloud, that you can access in any laptop, in any gadget, in any mobile. That is where your Instagram can be opened in your phone, and same your account only will be open in some other phone as well. If you have your That is nothing but a cloud will see your your system got destroyed with some electric short circuit. Some short circuit has occurred and your laptop was collapsed. Don't think that your emails was destroyed. No, it was stored in the cloud, so you can still access your emails by opening your mails sorry, by opening your email account in another phone, the same email and password. So that much security cloud was providing. But cloud has come into the picture recently, right? Before that, see, durability means security. See, due to suddenly earthquake has come, so suddenly my data got my laptops, my phones, everything was damaged. So surely I can tell, I will take the hard disk and I will insert into another laptop and I will back up the data. By using DBMS, that backup is possible. That security DBMS was giving. See, right now we have big amount of data and data was very important for us. That is where we are moving into the cloud. Recently, one thing I will tell you, um, we have a project in the on premise. On premise means in the in our laptops only. No, data will not be stored in any cloud. If you want to access the data, you should come to my laptop and you have to see. I will give you a simple thing. My data, right? So this information, this content is my data for now. Okay, will you agree? Yes. So if you want to access this data, what I have to do, I have to share this data with you, right? This data, I want to share it. But let us assume I have same this data, okay, same this file with me, but in the Google Drive I have the same data I have in the Google Drive. So do I want to share this file with you, or I want to give access to your email? By giving access to your mail, you can simply go and see what are all the file I have in the drive. So for what you will be having access, that you will be seeing. That is nothing but a on premise and cloud. This is in the on premise because this is in only in my system where I only can access it. So to achieve that, in the worst case, if data is most important, people are not going for on premise, they are moving into the cloud. So our project, earlier it is in the on premise, but client used, or its client asked, or its client working on the same, asking us to move that particular data into cloud, on premise data into cloud. Somehow we'll do it in the projects, that's fine. So durability means what? Security. See, DBMS should follow all these four properties, guys: atomicity, consistency, integrity, and durability. Every database. So I have different types of databases with me. Different types of databases. Let me show you acid properties. Entire transaction. See, atomicity means what? Okay, isolation it has taken, not integrity. Okay, fine. Entire transaction takes place at once or does not happen at all. See, either withdrawal should happen or cancellation should happen. Only these two things should happen. Now, consistency. A database must be consistent before and after the transaction. Next, isolation. We have something called integrity also. So isolation is a popular word. Multiple transaction occur independently without interface. This is nothing but the things where we have discussed in the atomicity. Here we have honesty of the data, right? So along with that, let us take another word called isolation. See, DBMS will provide integrity also, and DBMS will provide isolation also. So what is this isolation mean? Multiple transaction occur independently without interface. What is this? We already discussed. Interference is nothing but, see, two people are, you and me are talking, third person should not interfere in between us. Correct? Similarly, like that only. I am just, doing some transaction. Some other should not interpret my transaction. That is nothing but an isolation. Isolation means what? Recent times, when it is about COVID times, we have heard this word. Isolation words. Isolation. Isolate yourself. What does it mean? Be individual. Be alone. So every transaction is an isolation transaction. If you are inserting, it is an isolation transaction. If you are updating, it is an isolation transaction. So independent transaction. Isolation is nothing but. See, these are all the properties that are, DBMS is providing. Every DBMS should provide these properties. See, let us assume I told you that IBM has given uh, this DBMS, right? So after few days, Bhavya means myself, I told you I have one database with me. I have introduced one database into the market. That database should follow all these properties. Then only my database is valid. My database management system is valid. Yes, I'm sure. See, I let us assume I'm a scientist. I have introduced one database management system into the market. Just because I'm a scientist, they will not take that into consideration. My database management system, which I have introduced into the market recently, that has to fulfill all these properties. Then only they will somehow consider the database management system. Because of performance and easy retrieval, everything will be into the considerations, but mainly these four should be there. Acid property should be there to call it as a database management system. At least to call it as a database management system, we need these four properties. Have these four properties, then we call it as a DBMS. Okay, that is fine. I have remembered these RDBMS, database management system properties. Bhavya, tell me what are the types of properties I have? Sorry, types of database management system I have, and how it is important in our day to day life. How it is important. Why these many types was there into the market? Simple thing I will tell you. Because of failure in some other databases, only one particular database management system is ruling our world right now. I'm telling you, right? Only one database management system is ruling our world right now. What is that? See, these are the types of database management system. So, can you tell me what are the types? Types of DBMS, database management system. Let me write this one. Database management. Okay, database management system. Okay. Now, very first one was NDBMS. Okay. So NDBMS got failed. NDB Don't believe. The moment I say failed, why you have to believe? See, the moment I say it got failed, do you think it really got failed? How you will believe? Don't believe my words. You want proof. Actually, I want proof, first of all. Okay. See, the moment I say NDBMS got failed, Networkal Database Management System, what does it mean? NDBMS is nothing but what? Networkal, networkal. Just give me a moment, guys. Where is, yeah? Array, spelling mistake. Networkal Database Management System. Okay, database management system. So this is nothing but an um, one database management system that got failed. Do you think that it is not followed database management system? Sorry, acid properties. Do you think NDBM was not following this one? That is why it got failed. My answer is no. See what I have told you. To call it as a DBMS, first they have to follow these things, right? So they are calling it as NDBMS, which means acid properties was satisfied with NDBMS. NDBMS was satisfying acid properties. But why it got failed? Because of some issue. What was that some issue? What is that issue? Let me open that. Yes. Networkal. See, let us assume I have a college. In the college, I have department 1, department 2, and department 3. So for the same college, I will be having director. See, I will go to college with the help of some, uh, you know, uh, let us assume vice principal. I will go to college. I will talk to vice principal, and I will know about department one, department two, and department three details. In the same manner, I will not go to college. I will go to near director, and I will ask about the department one, department two, and department three, where I can fetch the details from using college from director. In both the ways, I can get the department details. It is somehow networked. See how it is, like this I can fetch the details, or by using department I can fetch the director details as well. By using director I can fetch the department details as well. So it has somehow connected. Okay, but wait, it got connected. What is the issue with it? See, it got connected. If I want to find, let us assume, if I want to find um, department 1 director info, I have, let us assume, I have a college. I am maintaining three directors. One director is holding department 1, one other director is holding department 2, another director is holding department 3. Now I want to find department 1 director details. I have to go to college. I have to go to department details. I have to go to director details. See, like this I have to travel, or else like this I have to travel. So where it is connected network, go and see simply director details just like that. That is why networkal database management system got failed. So every time I cannot go to each and every database and I cannot see, right? See, every time if I go like this, college after data, department after director, every time if I go like that, it will take too much of time. The data processing will be too slow. So that is why networkal database management system got failed, because you cannot travel this much time to get only directed details. So after database management, NDBMS got failed, HDBMS HDBMS got comes into the picture. Hierarchical. Hierarchical database management management system. See, this hierarchical database management system has comes into the picture. These also failed. This also failed. I will explain you this one. See, let us assume I have vehicle. So vehicle may be two kinds, right? Two wheeler and four wheeler. In the two wheeler, I have bike and scooter, right? In the four wheeler, I have car, tractor, and minibus, right? When it comes to car, I have sedan and SUVs, right? When it comes to bike, I have a Hero Honda bike. I have something what glamour. We have different kinds of bikes, right? Electric bikes also we have. See, hierarchical levels it is maintaining. Vehicles is one level where vehicles information was maintained. Two wheeler and four wheeler is another level where those information was maintained. This is the third level. This is the fourth level. I want to find okay sedans information. I want to link all these. Sorry, linking is not possible in the hierarchical, right? So I want to travel all these four levels and I have to fetch these details. Last sedan details. See, in the sedan I have electric and normal. What I have to do? Another level of hierarchy I should maintain. See, hierarchical means it is impossible to maintain this much levels. See, first level, second level, third level, fourth level, and I'm talking about a fifth level. If you maintain these many levels, obviously it will take too much of time to process, as similar to networkal only. Like how? See, in the networkal we have some data related here and there, but in the hierarchical we have levels of, you know, information, which is impossible to travel all those levels. Again, hierarchical database management system got failed. After failure of these two only, a beautiful concept called RDBMS comes into the picture. Relational database management system. This has comes into the picture. I will talk about this one in tomorrow's class because it's already 7:06. Okay, about RDBMS, and we have few more. We will talk about that in a later session. See how much late you will be joining, that much late I will be taking. Okay, plan accordingly and join. Yeah, that's all for today, guys. If you have any doubts, you can okay ask me. Okay. If no doubt, you can wind up the class here. Thank you, guys. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.